Okay, today is the 23rd of September, Thursday. Yes, indeed. Again, Thursday. We are just so near to Friday, and then we can take a break once again. And you can see also that, stop hearing my voice. Now, yesterday it was very, very nice. It was very emotional. We went through some of the stuff, and you guys were so supportive. Really, thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Okay, somebody asked me, say, Kel, when would this TWB basic coming up? We are targeting to be ready to view this weekend. Then I'll try it for a few more days. Then probably by beginning of the month, October, we might be ready. Okay. So do not contact Ben anything else. Okay. Not ready yet. Okay. I haven't even seen the product yet. So let me take a look at the product, try it out first, then we look at it. Okay. All right. Don't contact Ben. If not, he'll jump on me. Okay. Okay. All right. Morning to you, Jerry, and Alex, Eric, Brian, good morning to all of you. Okay, now tapering, not now, but soon. All right, now last night, I was actually watching the FOMC outcome. Then after that, followed by Jerome Powell speaking until about 3 a.m. Then that was where I couldn't really take it. Then I went to sleep because I had to be up at 5 o'clock to prepare this MAO once again. So all I can say is this: 2 hours of sleep, but still leave me pretty fresh, right? Yeah, because this is called dedication and commitment. Okay. All right. So I'll talk about this later on about this whole FOMC meeting, but definitely now there's something here you have to watch. This 4-letter word SOON. Okay, it is a very, very important word that you must take note. All right. So now the thing is this: that for Wall Street joke of the day, you can see that China is trying to make sure that their own people speak no evil, see no evil, or hear no evil, apparently, right? Because now they have this thing, they want to distribute their wealth. This is something very, very going back to the 1966 time itself, during Mao Zedong time. So I'm not too sure why are they doing that, but definitely it's rubbing a lot of people on the wrong side, and definitely it's right. Even like recently, Australia and France, this little submarine issue was also because there was some concern that China has really put have put themselves in a very position to in a way that threatens some of the security. So that's why now the tension in China with other people, right, is kind of pretty tense. All right. So we'll talk about this later. Now, disclaimer as usual, once again, disclaimer as usual. My job is to give you the best of my ability in terms of reading a chart. Now, at the end of the day, this is only for students, and if you like it, I'm more than happy to share things with you. If you don't like it, just move on, okay? Just have to move on, because I still see people still putting a lot of nonsense stuff on this, all the forums and stuff. Like almost every day, this particular person will always do that. And it's just that, when we are right in the market, this person will never talk about it. When we are just happen to be one day wrong or one trade wrong, wow, the gong will just keep on making it as long as possible. Now, some of my friends around me were affected. They say, "Kel, how come people behave this way?" I told them, let's look, the maturity of some people is just only that level, all right? So when these people go low, right, we just have to go high, that's all, simple as that. Because if we would bring ourselves down to the same level and argue with them, that put us at a very low level. And second of all, right, it will sap all the positive energy. So to me, I don't give a bother. If you think that I'm lousy, then be it. All right, because only the wise and the savvy will know that whether our MAO or whatever I share really makes sense or not. And of course, when your account is growing day by day, I think that represents everything. All right, okay. So yeah, so the above and identify me. Oh, sorry. Okay, wanna. Now as I said, the Hang Seng will today resume trading, and of course, there are students are supposed to be in office right now. They are looking to trade, and I'm supposed to join them today. But suddenly, I think I didn't sleep much last night. My gout suddenly inflamed. Suddenly, all right. So now I'm stuck at home and I couldn't really move. So for those who are in office, anticipating for me, I'm so sorry I couldn't join you today. I try to come down by tomorrow. Let's see how my gout flare by the end of the day. All right, just because usually if I don't sleep that well, right? Yeah, this gout will actually explode. Yeah. Okay, so for today we have the initial jobless claims. All right, now initial jobless claim also we have a bit of variable effect, but okay, I'm going to open up our little guessing game right now. Okay, so what do you think, guys? What do you think will be the initial jobless claim for today? Now, same thing again, the nearest winner +1 -1 1,000. Okay, Guess the jobless claim tonight. Guess the jobless claim tonight. Winner must be plus 1K or minus 1K difference. Okay, today the price is 6.8 ADA coin, right? Yeah, today higher already. Okay, guys, please put your number right now. I'll count to 10 seconds. 10 seconds of that, I'll close this thing. Those who didn't join us or coming late, too bad, you all cannot join because this is actually for people who are online right now. Okay, fair. Huh? Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, all right, that's all. Okay, my personal take. Let me just look at the chart. Okay, the last number was higher, right? Okay, I try to give a bit higher level then. All right, then my level will be maybe just random number . I think I saw the same number. Okay, I think yours error, is it typo error? Okay. Okay, this is my 333. Okay, my own number. I think someone have the same number. I think someone have the same with me. Let me take a look. Oh, don't have. Okay. Oh, okay. So don't have. Okay lah, Hosing, I give it to you lah. Okay. All right. So let's see what happened. Tomorrow we announce the result. Okay. All right. Continue. All right. Now, last night the Dow Jones went all the way up, and I've been calling for buy yesterday. I told you guys the day before. What's that? NIKKEI Brian? Oh, okay. Error, I think. Okay, anyway, yesterday, the day before, the Dow Jones was down and people went to long, okay, and they were caught. Then yesterday, it was supposed to be a buy day. People went to short and they were caught again. And this is my point. You don't want to follow the system and you anyhow trade. Just do me a little favor. Kindly don't tell people that you use the TWB system, okay? Because it's very unfair. And anyway, we do recap every single day. So if any day you would like to defend your case, we can easily backtrack and we will know whether or not you follow the rule. All right. Oh, is it Brian go same as mine? Is it? Darren says that. Let me see. Brian. I think I saw a flash of same number as well. I see. Brian also 333. Okay lah. Can Brian, if let's say we are right, the 6.8 ADA coin goes to you, okay? Okay, all right. So let's take a look. Now the Dow Jones rebounded 300 points from 4-day slide, okay, as the Federal Reserve is not ready to remove the stimulus yet. I already tell you they will not remove so early, and I told you that likely they will start to do tapering. They may move it earlier, but not immediate. And truth be told, everything happened to fall in place. So now, most likely, the word they use is soon, and the market is speculating that the soon could be as early as November, because soon, it was supposed to be around December, right? But instead of using, another word, they use soon. So probably they shifted by 1 month, because October is just next month, so it could be next month, right? If it's next month, they'll tell you next month already. But then again, they may suddenly just say, okay, let's do it now. Of course, this is possible, So likely it'll be November, all right? Likely be in November. Okay, so apparently, right, it seems like the rollback of the monetary stimulus is not going to take back first. That's why the market likes it. I told you that it will happen. And of course, at one stage, the Dow Jones was up by 520 points before it reduces gain a little bit to 338 points. Now, the thing is this, they did not give a specific timeline, but they do say that it's going to be soon, okay? The word is soon. So we do know that this, the Chinese property developer Evergrande, they are going to do some payment, right? Because apparently China government coming with $16 billion now. But do note the entire float the entire float that is outstanding now, right? For China Evergrande is about $300 billion around that figure. So just take note of that. So of course we do expect there'll be some initial upside because of that. So stand by at about 9:15 when Hong Kong market open, right? We should see some good numbers moving up. Okay. All right, with that itself, right, this commodity prices also went up yesterday. So Devon Energy, APA, all went up by 6.8% to 7.2%. And I told you property price, crude oil related counter can really take a look at it. And I hope that you have done something to it itself. because it's proven itself, right? Yeah. So let's look at the Dow Jones for this yesterday. Let me do a quick recap. Now the Dow Jones opening price is between the two pivots. The KSI was red, so of course we expected it to go down. It went down initially, but after that, when it goes up above OP, right, then things change already. Now, when you go above OP and you're going to be buying with trigger, right, do note you're supposed to take profit between KTR +1 to +2 because the KSI is red. But if the market goes above pivot 1, of course, you can give a little bit more upside to maybe +3, but that should be maximum count, in my opinion. So let's see what happened yesterday. Okay. So yesterday, you can see that the market initially went down first. That was pretty okay. Then suddenly you saw a big movement coming in. Now this movement came out of nowhere, and that is usually a very typical telltale sign that the market wants to go higher. Okay, a very typical sign the market wants to go higher. When you see something out of nowhere, right, it come out, right, it's a good sign. And of course, it's a BMV followed by above OP, and also it triggered the OP, right, at the same time. So it's a CCRY trigger OP buy. So this is where you will go in to buy, right, the next bar. Now, after you purchase it, right, the price did go up a little bit, then it pulled back down. But you notice that when it came back down, it did not go down to the stop loss level. And a matter of fact, it stopped at the OP level again. Now, I told you before, right, open, high, low, close, the biggest price, the most important price of the day is OP. So when a market purposely touch the OP and rebound with the KSI green, we know that the upside is there. That's why I've been calling for buy yesterday. So of course, we called for buy and the Dow really went up. And of course, we profited, okay? Then of course, when it hit the pivot 1, it pulls back, right? Tries again, pull back, try again, pull back. So because the KSI day chart is red, so the upside couldn't penetrate through. It was only when you see this zebra came in, KSI turned green, and the market pushed through it with a big yellow bar, and then you saw the uptick all the way up to KTR +3 and beyond. But nonetheless itself, right, okay, if you're shorted around here, no wrong, just that the downside wasn't strong enough, and that was where you should be very careful. Okay, so yesterday, while the whole world was shorting the Dow, we went long and we profited again. So as all, we are all mentioned in our subgroup chats, right? So traders, I really sincerely ask you to follow the system. It really, really works, all right? All right, cool. Okay, now this is gold. Now gold was really incredible. Now gold yesterday opened above pivot 2, but remember the KSI was red and there were blue bar. So of course the KCX was there. We expected the gold to go up first, which indeed it went up. But the problem is what the KSI is still red in color, right? That means that the the +1 and +2 resistance is still going to be there. So that means that if the gold hit +1 or +2, right, you have to take notice because it's not above pivot 1, it's just inside the pivot. So when the gold goes up, right, it will likely face resistance. And let's just take a look what happened. So you can see pretty clearly that the gold was trying to stay above OP, and this is where that you saw a BMB followed by a CCRY triggering the OP and the pivot 2 at the same time. So this is where you buy gold. So you buy gold itself, right? You will make at least 1x the first round. Then it pulls back, track around here and then bounce around the OP. Now under here itself, right, it did went below OP and also below the pivot 2, right? So if let's say you do a discretional short on that, nothing wrong. But once it recovers back to above CCRY, you have to buy back your position. That is because now it's a CCRY above P2. Now, subsequently, it did go below P2, but it did not stay below P2. So that is very important information. Then after that, it again started to stay sideways because of the FOMC, right? Now, during FOMC, what happened when the news came out, right? Wow, look at gold went crazy, in fact. It went down initially first, then it came up because I got the stop loss triggered. Then after that, it go up and my buy came in again, then we made back the money. But nonetheless, itself, right, it went ballistic. But after that, you notice it couldn't cross the KTR +2, couldn't cross, and after that, gave back the gains. Now, what happened is that because the dollar initially weakened, and that's why the gold went up. Then after that itself, right, the dollar strengthened because after the market focus at soon means eventually it will still taper, right? Then the market buy up the dollar, and then what happened? The gold actually came down. That was how it is. It's all about interpretation at that moment by different people. Okay, so that was what happened to the gold market and what leads to its volatility yesterday, even at the middle of the night. Okay, got an idea? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so with that itself, right? Okay, we are cleared with this understanding, let's look at some of the local and global news right now. Now, Singapore has just hit 1,453 new local COVID-19 cases. This is really getting a little bit serious because we were all the way in the hundreds. Then after that, now we crossed 1,000. And when 1,000 broke itself, right, you notice that it did pull back to 1,000, below 1,000, and now it's 1,004. Undeniable now, everybody's speculating now 1,008, 2,000. So that's why you need to stay pretty safe. Okay, guys, put on your mask. So you can see that the chart-wise itself is really moving up in a very incredible way, even though the imported cases are not moving. It's the local transmitted cases that's moving up. But of course, like I say, most of the people are still pretty okay. So that means that it's only our senior folks who need to be very, very careful, because those are the people that really suffer a bit more. Okay, so we have large clusters now. We have Woodland Dormitory. They have also got into it. We have this Learn Joy Education Center in Bedok. So all these tell you that, right, you have to be careful. It's just going around Singapore. Then in US itself, right, the COVID death actually climbs above 2,000 for the first time since March. Okay, this is not a very good, nice news, but you can see that the new death in COVID deaths is actually climbing steadily since July period. So again, all this tells you that even though vaccination is important, but it doesn't really will protect you to the maximum. So you need to be very careful on that. All right, and of course, in different part of USA itself, right, different cities and states are actually having all-time high cases. So again, we are approaching winter period. So that's why now the experts are getting more worried than not. But of course, with all this worry, that's why Federal Reserve decided that it's time to keep the interest rate steady first. Tapering, just watch out for it. May taper, may reduce, but we will look at it. So of course, according to Federal Reserve, they say taper may soon be warranted if progress continue, meaning that they're saying that if they are quite happy now with the employment data, they're happy with the current inflation, in fact. So they say that it's just a matter of time, but there will be. So that's why, but there's a very important thing is that Jerome Powell says that bond tapering could conclude. Conclude means finish, right, by middle of 2022. So that means that, right, very good chance that if let's say they're going to reduce, example, $15 billion. So if let's say we take a middle of 2022 is June. So if let's say we're talking about every month they reduce by $15 billion. So November, December, January, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So likely it's right, either they start December or start November. And if they do $15 billion, they should be able to finish the $120 billion. All right. So let's do the math here. So remember. So let's say we talk about 120 billion divided by 15 billion. Yeah, divided by 15 billion, you get 8 months. So November, December plus another 6 months. So you see that? That's why they speculate it's November. You start from November onwards. So that is not because they just anyhow say, because Jerome Powell said this, very simple mathematics. You work backward, you will know the answer already. Okay, so that's why most likely we should see some tapering coming up in November period. Okay, traders, just kindly take note of that. Okay, now of course half of the federal members now see the central bank should do rate hike by next year. So apparently they were looking at 2024, right? But things start to change. Now it's moving forward. So that's the reason why the dollar started to strengthen. Okay. Now last time there was 7 members who wanted the projection to be in 2022, but now we have 9 of the 18. Okay, so let's look at the plot chart like yesterday we mentioned. Now, the one on the right side is yesterday's one. You can see now in 2022, more of the members now are looking to have a hike, okay, of 0.5 to 0.75. More people are looking at that itself, okay? So that's why you can see from the plot chart itself, right, the numbers have shifted, okay? And they're looking at 2.5 by 2024. Last time, it wasn't even there. So it shows that the Federal Reserve Fed chief are all getting a little bit more worried, and they may expect the interest rate to go up to 2.5% by 2024. And of course, if that happens itself, right, okay, the dollar should be actually rising, but it all depends on the time, the inflation data and stuff like that. So it may actually later on what this Ray Dalio say, maybe after they do a taper, then after that the market couldn't make it again, they may go back to QE again and back to square one again. So if that is to happen, it's that the dollar will really come down. So they are looking at now, and they say that the inflation is 4.2. It's well above their target of 3.4 already. But then again, they say that this is just transitory and stuff like that. Okay. All right, so some of the very important market news for you for today. Now, what the investors believe that will happen after tapering. Now, first of all, CNBC poll with 400 chief investment officers, equity strategies, portfolio managers, and CNBC contributors. Okay, so in short, a lot of people involved, 400 people, and apparently their consensus says that 70% of them believe that it's time for central bank to pair its massive asset purchase. So now the thing is this, this is one of the questions, what will the 10-year yield do once the Federal start tapering? So of course, the model answer we all know should be likely to go higher. And I also believe that the yield will go higher. I'm still believing that you go to 1.6% for the 10-year yield. And of course, which sector will outperform? Then definitely, if let's say the interest rate will go up, right, financial sector will definitely benefit. Now, I question technology because if cost increases, right, I don't know how much technology will behave, because the last time we saw this, technology did not really do well. Okay, but again, this is all the experts. So my view is I don't think so technology. Energy, yes, I believe that energy will do very well because it's been proven that whenever the interest rate environment goes up, the energy sector itself will also go up. So for me itself, financial, yes, energy, yes. Technology, I will put a question mark, maybe later part, after a good pullback, maybe. Okay, so that is my view on this. And of course, yeah, see that investors should believe in technology, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now, one fund manager is very bullish on Alibaba and Tencent despite the regulatory fears. So this guy, he is one of the fund manager. Now, remember I told you Alibaba about 150 can consider. Yesterday, Alibaba was 160 already. He hit 150 recently and then rebounded. But still, I would still prefer to buy about 130 level. But again, you should see that that's how the technical behave. I didn't cover Tencent and Baidu, so I cannot tell you. But basically, itself, right, this particular guy from this Vantage Point Asset Management says that now it's a good time to look into this counter. So he said that Tencent and Alibaba are good buy. So you guys will do your research, okay? So this is one guy saying that. And interestingly now, the retailers, yes, the retailers are jumping into the market. I repeat, retailers, yeah, indeed. The retailers are buying into September dip itself. So what happened? Apparently, right, the market came down, the retailers all go in. The question is that during this period of time, right, we saw a lot of equity foreign outflow. So the big boys are getting out, the retailers are going in. So what do you think will happen then? Okay, so apparently they bought up as much as $3 billion of equity within Monday and Tuesday. Wow, okay. So yesterday the Dow Jones go up, probably they're gonna make some money already. All right, so let's hope that they can maintain it. So what did they buy? They bought Apple, Advanced Micro, AMC, Microsoft, Alibaba, Verizon, Win, Las Vegas Sands, NVIDIA, and Intel. All right, so this is what bought by the retailer. So you have foreign outflow while retail coming in, and the stock market goes up. So maybe the retailers are better than the Wall Street guys itself. But also can also note that, right, maybe, who knows, who knows, things may change their way around. Now, this is the number of shares being bought the last 5 days. And you can see that in Apple was $362 million. Okay, that's quite a lot. Okay. All right. So with that is right. We have finished today's this fundamental, but just very little news. It's all about FOMC and China Evergrande. Let's look at the market right now for today. All right. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the flamingo is different this time. Okay, let's take a look right now. Okay, so China A50, oops, interesting. China A50 this morning, we were expecting it to go a bit higher, but instead it's actually trading lower right now. So not too sure what's happening. Let's take a look at the China stock at 9:30. But it shows that it's trading below OP right now. The MLP will be placed here today. So as long as the market stays above MLP, it should be okay. But if the China A50 trades below MLP, then I'm quite sure selling will resume again. Selling will resume again. So traders testing on the MLP today at 14,897. That is the level for the China A50. Okay, watch out for that. Okay, so for Hong Kong, it's going to open today. Yes, Hong Kong was holiday. Today it will open. Yeah, so we'll be watching it very closely. Now, Hong Kong is expected to gap up this morning. Yeah, because it was closed when the Dow Jones was up. So we expect to gap up around here. I expect it to gap up somewhere around here, 24,600 level. I mean, I got no futures data right now. If anyone can tell me, we good. Around here, 24,600 level. This is my personal take. Now, if it actually opens any lower than that itself, right, then of course we may see some buying initially. Then after that, we may see some profit taking. So that is my personal view. Now, the MA30 is at 25,415, and the MA200 is so far away. So the MLP today at 24,000 will be the key level to watch. All right. Okay, China A50 is trading lower. Thank you, King Hua. Thank you for leading them today. Apology, couldn't go down. Okay, let's look at the Hong Kong right now. Hong Kong will open up very soon. Okay, we will see how Hong Kong behave today. Stand by. All right, you can see that, guys. You know, the pivots are all. My hands are all here. We didn't create the pivot by manual drawing. All right, by today, y'all should know that all these are all fully automated. All right. So, okay, we are 10 seconds away now for Hong Kong opening price. Let's hope that things will get cool here. Okay, let's prepare. Let's go. Okay, Hang Seng has opened, is it? Where are you, Hang Seng? Oops, where is it? Hey, how come the data is moving? I don't see the chart movement. Hold on, Okay, sorry. Oh, Hong Kong open already. Okay. Okay, Hong Kong has opened at 30. Let me double check the date, everything all correct. I didn't really see that. Okay, basically, yep, correct. Okay, so Hong Kong has opened at 34,265. What is that? 24,444. What is that? Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, my bad. I want talking about. Sorry. That's the Dow Jones. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, okay. Hang Seng has opened at 24,444. What a number, man. What a number. Okay, so now it's slightly below my target of 24,600, but it's still a gap up. All right, yesterday, on Tuesday, when it closed, was 24,132. So I gap up by 300 points. Okay, so what do we have here right now? Hang Seng is above OP and above pivot 1 right now. Above OP, above pivot 1 is more towards the buy side, right? Above OP, above pivot 1 is more towards the buy side. Okay, so as long as Hang Seng stays above OP, it will be a buy because the pivot 1 is here at 23,920. This one you have to take note of, my friends. Okay, so take note of that. So as long as Hang Seng stays above OP, all right, it's a buy. Now, what if Hang Seng goes below OP? Then how? Okay, there's a problem here because if it goes below OP, right, that means that there's a gap to cover and the KSI happen to be red. Now, usually, based on experience, if the market is weak, if it goes below OP, it may come down to cover the gap. Okay, based on what I know, usually Hang Seng may do that. Okay, so traders just take note of that. Okay, if it doesn't come below OP, then of course you can buy and just make sure that, right, your KSI is green, so it's red, sorry. So you take profit between KTR +1 to +2. Okay, take note of that. This one is very important. Okay. All right. So now Hang Seng is now trading a bit higher, now up 40 points from the opening price. So let's take a look later on as the market progresses. Okay, traders, just take note. Okay. All right. So that is the Hang Seng. Okay, let's look at the China A50 once again before we move on. China 50 is still down a little bit. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones for today. Now, Dow Jones, very nice. You see that? Dow Jones, very nice. It closed above the MA200. Now, it came down to our 95%, and I tell you that it will be a very strong support. And yesterday, truth be told, look at it, the market hit the 95% mark, came down, rebounded, and that's where we look to buy, and straight away the Dow Jones went all the way up south. So now the thing is this, let's just be very objective here. Even though we have this thing about this, even though we all know that the US Federal Reserve said that they may taper if it's soon, but even if soon itself, we still must cross September and go October, right? So that means that there will be still $120 billion coming into the system. And even if taper itself for $15 billion, it's still with $105 billion coming into the system. Also, you must understand. So this is whereby the positioning is that the market will still likely be try to recover. And now, technically, now we can see that it's above MA200. Okay, this is something very important. The Dow Jones is trading above MA200. So as long as the Dow Jones stays above today's number, 34,248. Okay, As long as the Dow Jones stays above 34,248, the Dow Jones most likely will trade higher. The Dow Jones will likely be trading higher. Okay, this is very important. Okay, now if the Dow Jones really pulls back below the MA 200, then that's it. We will look to sell instead. Okay. Wow, Hang Seng already TP already. Y'all make money already. Have y'all made money from Hang Seng? Anyone make money from Hang Seng? If you make money from Hang Seng, please key HK. All right. All right. If you make money from Hang Seng, let me know. Now, while we're waiting for them to update, now the MA30 is on top. The MA30 on top, this number is 34,810 now. So of course, by right, if the Dow Jones can stay up, it may actually go all the way here itself. Okay, so let's just look at a few potential scenario. Okay, scenario one, the one that's more positive. The Dow Jones stay above MA30, MA200, sorry, slowly climbs up and hit the MA30 and then pull back. All right, that is scenario one. Now, scenario two is that the market may try to go up a little bit, couldn't go up, then after that breaks down the MA30, MA200 and go down. That's scenario two. Okay, now let's do the next scenario. Scenario three is that the market goes all the way up, touches it, pull back a little bit, and then goes up again. Okay, scenario three. So this is number three. This is number three. This is a scenario two, and of course, scenario one. Okay, so now how many of you is to choose right? Sorry, scenario one is here, my bad. Okay, what is your scenario in your opinion? What do you think will happen to the Dow Jones this week, to next week? Will you see scenario one, scenario two, or scenario three? What's your personal take care of yourself? Can I have your answer? Okay, Eric choose scenario three, Akit scenario two, Ryan scenario two. Okay, Brian Azar scenario three. Okay, and Richard scenario two, Jerry scenario three. Okay, so we have almost of y'all choose scenario two and three. That means that you're pretty positive that the US market will be going up lah. Now, for me, if you ask me, right, I also think that likely scenario two will be likely will happen, scenario two. But of course, very simple. If the market breaks above the MA30 instead, right, then scenario two will happen. So that means this is what you call projection. Projection, that means you project itself. If the market is supposed to go, it's supposed to behave in a certain manner, you wait in your mind, you know that it will likely be following this. You just have to enter according to plan. Okay, you don't need to think that much. You just have to follow through. Okay, so let's see how the market goes later today, and we see whether who is correct. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. No number one here. Okay. All right. Weekly Dow Jones chart. Now the Dow Jones chart still looks pretty scary, although now it's pulled cover almost 3/4 of the losses. All right. But this is a weekly chart. It may extend again. So to me, it's all right. This level here at 34,517. As long as the weekly chart doesn't break above this, I still think that the Dow may eventually come down to here. But now, since it's recovery, it may just go back up again. So all I say is this, I'm being a technical guy, 34,517 will be a very important resistance level for me to watch the Dow Jones. If it fails to cross above it, then I still stick to my gun to look at 33,199. But if the market can close above 34,517, then of course the Dow Jones may go back all the way up to 35,000 level. All right. Okay, y'all cannot see the figure. Sorry, my bad. Hold on. Wait, let me just bring the chart down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, because this is the Facebook where we put your Zoom, right? This is really the fixated where the picture will be. So I'm very sorry that you couldn't see it. Okay, so again, I repeat myself. Okay, if the Dow Jones stays down 34,517, if it stays below it, I still think that the Dow will come back down to 33,199. Okay, that is my view. If the market can stay above, okay, if it can stay above 34,517, then you'll be easily going back to 36,000. Okay, 36,000, that means I go to for new all-time high. Okay, so guys, 34,517, please be very careful on that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Dow quickly. Technical point. 34,517. Upside is 36,000. Downside is 33,199. Okay, at least this is my view lah. Let's see whether end of the day am I right or wrong. Okay, let the market decide that. So in a minute, some messages coming in again as usual. Okay, okay, let's continue. Let's look at the Dow Jones today. But before that, let's look at Hang Seng now. Hang Seng is still climbing up. Okay, let's look at the 5-minute chart right now. Hang Seng this morning, okay, straight away CCRY, and you can buy, yeah, Hang Seng you can buy this morning. If you buy here, now already hit the KTR +2, right? You can take profit already because the KSI is red mark, so you can take some profit already, okay? All right, so but the thing is this, like I say, and I want to repeat this, there's a gap up. So if the Hang Seng stays up, it's fine. But if the Hang Seng later on breaks below OP, right, I believe that you'll come back down to KTR -1 easily because the KSI happened to be red. So traders in the afternoon session, if there can be any profit taking, this may actually happen. Okay, this may actually happen. Okay, now let's look at the Dow again. Now today's Dow is very clear. This morning I already put on the in the global group already. I said that today OP is actually above the pivot 1, right? It's above pivot 1. Although the KSI is red, so what can you do? CCRY above OP can buy. Target minimally KTR +1. Now because KSI is red, then maybe it will hit KTR +2, and then there might be some profit taking. Okay, that's how you interpret your chart. So you look at the 15-minute chart right now. Let's see what happened. Now it's a bit early, but again, because when it's above OP and pivot 1, right, you can actually enter trade already. You don't need to wait for GTH. Remember that? I told you before, right? Okay, so what can we do now? You can see in the morning, right, CCRY has already developed. So the CCRY developed, right? So which means that you can actually start to buy over here. So this morning, I also went in to buy around here, and now we are in profit position. My target will be selling at first KTR. Look at here at 34,394. This will be the good level to take some profit. Okay, I repeat, you should always take some profit at all the KTR because you must understand the KSI today working against you. All right. So anybody long on Dow Jones? Anybody long in Dow Jones? If you're long in Dow Jones, please key the word ME, M-E. If you long Dow Jones earlier, right, or you're in Dow Jones right now, please key the word ME. Right, let me see how many of you are long in the Dow Jones. Okay, Eric also long in the Dow Jones. Okay, Eric long, myself, David. Okay, now people say that I don't buy. You're very wrong. I do buy. It's just that when I give you all advice, like then you value is very high. So that's why when the Dow came down recently, down to 5% mark, we make money from shorting also, right? But when market hit the support, we have to buy, So we are, there will be up days on downtrend. There's down day on uptrend. There are also days whereby you long, there are days where you short. So if you keep on in your own land, you keep on thinking, oh, Kel is a bear, it's a bear, it's a bear, you only short, then you got it very wrong already, seriously. But again, I don't want to argue. To me, it's all right. Whatever you want to write in the forums, I leave it to you. I don't really bother, because really, I don't really bother. It's just that when students tell me they get affected, I say that doesn't matter lah. Let them write whatever they want. As long as we here make money, you should know, I should know, good enough. Okay? All right, so that is the Dow Jones. So take note of that today. NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ, we saw a doji yesterday. Now, of course, yesterday when it came doji, all right, one of us called for sell. It did go down first. But when the market reverse, right, goes above OP, you must switch your cam and go for buy. Because above OP is a buy, above OP is a buy, below OP is sell. So initially it went down first, okay, undeniable, right? Then after that, suddenly it turns up, right? Now, what happened? A lot of traders, when they saw this doji yesterday, they tell me that because this doji is an up market first, then it reversed, so a lot of selling pressure. I don't buy such thing. I don't really tell you, I don't believe in such a, oh, because it's a long tail means a lot of seller. I don't believe in that. To me itself, right, it's a doji, period, finish. So which means that if it's doji tomorrow, which is next day, yesterday, all right, as long as above OP, I buy. Below OP, I sell. So yesterday, when the market down, we sell, right? We sell short. But once it crossed over OP, we went long already. Yeah, we went long. Yeah, indeed. That's why you see the posting is long. Yesterday, you see sell orders. All are long orders yesterday. So again, people, they really don't want to study what we do. And then they just happen to just like to be trigger happy with their writing. And of course, so people who are a little bit, behind the years, they will actually misunderstand because they just read whatever they found online. So that's why they also maybe believe that a lot of stuff there. Okay. Now, one thing to note: the NASDAQ is a BNB, right? I repeat, the NASDAQ is a BNB. Now, with the NASDAQ being a BNB, we have to be a little bit careful, okay? Why do I say that? Because that means that we will have a BNB structure, which means that now you see the BNB, all right? So pretty clear. Let me explain to you how it works again. Now, I want you to really take note and try to take advantage of this, okay? Now, if the NASDAQ really goes up, it had to cross 15,231, which is the BNB RL level. Now, if it crosses it and stabilize, it will likely be going up. And during this movement, it had to cross the MA30, which if it cross will be very bullish, and it will bring the NASDAQ all the way up to 15,512 again. Okay, so that is the positive side. Now, the negative side is the other way it happens. Now, instead of going up, right, it hits the RL, couldn't, and start to come down. Now, once it comes down, right, it may be going down all the way to the SL level, which is 14,950 level. Okay, 14,950 level. Now, only if it goes more, then the downside can bring it all the way to 14,669 level. Okay, so from here now, right, in terms of risk-reward ratio, let's just study this, okay? We study this a little bit. Now, if you were to buy here right now, oops, can change the color a little bit. If you were to buy here right now, okay, example, your stop loss can be placed anywhere here. So your upside potential will be all the way here. Okay, it's quite decent. It's like about 4 times to 5 times profit. Okay, you got it? Yeah. Now on the other side, if you actually do a sell instead, if the market hits the RL and couldn't go any higher, and you do a sell position here, your stop loss is going to put here, right? Yeah, this is a stop loss, right? Now, if the market goes down to here at the SL level, here you will make probably about also 4 times. But definitely, if it goes down further, you will make 8 times. Okay, you see my point here as well? Yeah, not every BNB is the same structure because high and low of it, right, will change. It's not the same. The ROI is different. Every BNB, some BNB are very small, some BNB are very large. All right, so guys, understand this. Okay, so there's a lot of money to make over here. I think you should screenshot this. I give you 10 seconds to screenshot this. I believe that this will happen. So traders, please take note of that, okay? All right, I can see that the Dow Jones is already trading a bit higher. For those who are long together, you must take your profit, okay? I told you already, the profit is at 34,394, I believe. 394 is a profit level, right? So do take your profit. Huh? For those who are in the market, yeah, remember take your profit, okay? Okay, all right. Wow, Azar, okay, Azar already in at 8:30. Fantastic. Okay, King Hua says that Hang Seng hit chocolate bar already. Let's take a look on that. Let's take a picture on this. Okay, let's look at the Hang Seng right now. Dow Jones is very near to our target, 34,394, very, very near. Wow, Hang Seng shot up a lot. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, fantastic. Hang Seng has crossed the chocolate bar, crossed it easily, and it's even going higher right now. All right, is there going to be this? Let me just check what is the current price for the China Evergrande. I think I can do this one. Give me a minute. Let me just bring it up for you. Go on. Okay, not too sure how live is this. China Evergrande now is trading at about $2.36, but a lot of volume is being traded already. So maybe a lot of selling and a lot of buying coming in. I told you, right, there's a very strong support around here. It's at $2.36, and it seemingly is taking in response to this. And then I believe that maybe Cheng Kong, all those property companies are all doing well now because they were affected back then. All right, so likely we watch that for. Right, I'll see Cheng Kong. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Cheng Kong holding is higher right now. Yeah, higher right now. Okay. All right, so the thing is this, likely Hang Seng will continue to raise up a little bit, but is it a good time to jump in to buy? I would say that other intraday trading, the rest itself for long-term buying, I still think it's a bit early. Okay, a bit early, yeah? Okay. S&P 500. Now, S&P is trading higher right now. Also have a BNB, also a BNB. So if a BNB, that means that we have to prepare ourselves. Now, this one, same thing again, the upside potential, if it goes up, right, you can see, if it goes up, you can go up to the RL first, and if it stabilize, you may go all the way up here itself, okay? Now, that will also mean it will cross MA30 at the same time, that will give a stronger validation on the upside, okay? Now, the downside for today, it will have the MLP first. The MLP will be somewhere around here. So 43.72. Now we are about 30 points away. So the current bullishness is there in the market right now. Hence, therefore, S&P should be able to stay up. But I kind of still think that there'll be some resistance at 44.14 level because that is where the RL will be. All right. So traders at 44.14, maybe watch it a bit closer. Okay, that's my personal take. But you can see once again the 95% mark is really brilliant. When it hits down there, the market rebounded. And I said this before, that just follow through, you should be able to make some money, and really, it really all happened. Okay, all right. Let's look at the Smp chart right now for day chart. Now Smp very clear, it's above OP and above pivot 1, so it's a bullish call. KSI is red, so the upside will be limited to KTR +1 to +2. So traders take note of that. Okay, KTR +1 to +2. Take note of that. You look at it now, you are almost at KTR +1 already, almost there already. Okay. Now DAX. Now, DAX yesterday, brilliant. Look at it, how brilliant. The beautiful part is that yesterday we talked about MA 200 and the figure I gave was 15371. Remember? Anyone remember that I gave you that yesterday the figure to watch out for DAX is 15371. So you think that I was correct? He was spot on DAX or DAX spot on. Right, remember I did say this figure, right? 15,371. Now the crazy part is this: yesterday the low was 15,372. Wow, missed by 1 point. But of course, doesn't matter. If you look at the whole 15 minutes of yesterday, you can see how incredible this TA is. The market went up first initially. Then after that, when it came up, right, what happened? It came up first, stopped there, pulls back, and beautifully stopped at the level that we mentioned, and then stabilized itself, and then all the way up already. Oh my goodness. This is the crazy part of our TA. We can give a number early in the morning and you just have to follow through. You just have to follow through. So we have done this so many times. So if you were to go in there, you saw the market rebounded. At this junction here, just do the buy order. Your stop loss is put here. Now, of course, you may say, Kel, what if you come down? Now, what if come down is just only a possibility, right? That's how it go up. But if you think that you believe in what you see, you believe in the trend of the market, you just have to go in, buy here. Then stop loss, just put it here. That means that if you lose, you only lose this much. Okay? And look at it. When the price goes up, right? How many times is that? Easily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times profit. Oh my goodness. So if you reach $50, you get back $300. That's a very, very good ROI. You know, no one will know it go about 6 times, but just let it run, because yesterday the Dow Jones was positive, everything was positive, correct? So that's why DAX also followed through. So I cannot deny this. If later on, right, if the Dow Jones maintain this sell, right, and DAX will also continue to buy up again. All right. So those who remember that, okay, thank you, Anthony and David. You remember that? Appreciate that, huh? So that is why when the TWB basic, when it's ready, right, it's going to be very, 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 very fun for a lot of you. You guys will like it, definitely, for sure. Okay, so now for DAX, you can see what I meant, why BNB is so powerful. You can see now. Now, so first of all, this was the BNB, original BNB recent one. This is the SL, right? So I told you once a market break SL, it will go down to the -1 times 1. And once it hit -1 times 1, usually it will rebound. And again, you see that everything is following as if that we know what to do. And that's why I tell you, I love BNB. Okay, so now what's happening is that very clearly now the market is staying above the MA 200 and it crossed back into the SL level. If the DAX is to continue, it will likely be going towards the MA 30. Now, MA 30 today will be somewhere near here, and that will be about 15,657. So I suspect that today DAX will go up here to 15,657 today. I repeat, likely DAX today will go up to this point. So from where we closed yesterday to this point, about 160 points, based on what I know on the market right now, the way the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the Hang Seng is moving, the probability of going to 15,657 is going to be very high. So traders, if you want to take some profit, you can look profit at about 15,657 for the DAX. Okay? All right, we'll come back to this here tomorrow and see whether are we accurate. Okay, so we have DAX ready. Let's look at the Nikkei. Nikkei. Here we go. Now this is Nikkei, and Nikkei is still very nice. Now I told you once the Nikkei come near to the MA 30 is a buy, and today Nikkei has went up to back to 30,153 already. Now of course you can see that today's MLP for Nikkei is somewhere near here. So once the market opens, it crosses the MLP, is a buy instantly. So same thing again, guys. This is something to take note. This is a BNB. The market did break SL. It did came down. Supposed to go lower, but it immediately rebounded because of the buying, and now it's trying to go up. But once it go up, right, it has to cross above the SL level. If the market cannot cross SL level, it may pull it back down again. It is all possible. Okay. All right, got the idea? That is the Nikkei, and the Nikkei MA 30 is getting higher right now. It's about 29,551. The MA 200 is slightly higher now at 28,781. Okay, so that is the NASDAQ, and this is the Nikkei. All right, let's look at the next one, which is gold. Okay, sorry, wait a minute. Let's look at the Nikkei in our chart first. Nikkei day chart. Now Nikkei day chart today also break above the pivot one, above OP, above pivot one is a buy. So if you take this ruling and then you go to Nikkei Japan, okay, you just go and tell your friends in Japan, and then say, look, I learned from this TWB. They tell me, right, above OP, above pivot one, CCRY, just buy. See, make money. Above OP, above pivot one, CCRY, just buy. See that? Amazing. That is all you need, my friends. You don't need to know the Japanese market. You don't know what the Japanese stock are you buying or involved. You just have to follow the rules. Don't you find this system amazing? That means that we can really go to many places. We just have to get ourselves properly done. We can go many places. And by the time we go many places, we have more people joining us. Then you actually have a lot of culture sharing and stuff like that. It's going to be so fun and stuff. Don't you think it's amazing? A simple system that it works and really like it is. Okay, amazing, right? If you think it's amazing, help me to keep amazing system. Can you do that for me? You think that this system is so outright simple, right? Just follow the rules. And I told you before, right? Classic rules are the best. Above OP, above pivot one, CCRY, just buy. You don't need to think that much. You should likely to see profit. Okay, so you can see that happening for the Nikkei. All right, so for those people who can help me, just chip in and say amazing system to do. Oh, okay. Nikkei has just hit the KTR plus 3 already. Wow, okay. Now Nikkei, the KSI is red, right? So can I suggest to people who have Nikkei position, it's time to take some profit, okay? It's time to take some profit off the table. Nikkei hit the KTR plus 3, so likely we will see some profit taking. So trader, do me a favor, take that. Okay, thank you, Eric. Amazing system. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Jerry. All right. Now, some people really will appreciate the system, but some people, no matter how, right, they will just see the system in a very, very interesting way. I also don't understand how they look at it. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. That's the Nikkei. That's the gold market right now. Okay, gold. Seriously, this is not good. Okay, not good for people who are long in gold. Why? Let's take a look slowly. Okay. Now, objectively, we must understand the gold was on the way up, but we have the two MA working against us, which is the MA 30 and the MA 200. Now, when the market is below the 2 MA, it's very clear that on average itself, the market will be down. So the bullishness is not strong enough. Hence, therefore, right, if you buy, you must know that you must take profit along the way. Now, what we saw yesterday, really very clear. And today, the MLP for gold is here, which is about 1771. Okay, so which means that if gold cannot cross 1771, right, gold will likely be coming down. Now, let me bring to you the dollar chart here itself, a quick one. It's the dollar chart. Okay, so let's look at the dollar chart. Now, this is the dollar chart. You can see that yesterday the dollar chart did a BMB instead, and then it went up, right? So you look at it, right? I showed you before my entire FIBO on how I view on the dollar. Let's take a look. Okay, can you see that? This is the dollar chart from as high as 103 last year all the way to the low end, about the 89. And now the market has recovered slowly off the 23.6. There is a small possibility for the dollar to strengthen further. Now, of course, the dollar strengthen further, the gold will actually depreciate because gold and dollar, they are in a very interesting relationship. But if let's say now the thing is this, after a while later, the dollar loses strength because the market gets jittery, the market may say the equity market is selling off, they don't really like it, then what will happen? Then, of course, the dollar, if it pulls back, the gold will shoot up. Okay, so watch out for that. Okay, that is the bit of fundamental on the side note. Okay, let's look at the technical side. So very clearly now we have the MLP on top, MA 30 on top, MA 200 on top. It's very negative for gold. So now what is happening here? Everybody take a look. The Fibonacci 50% is 1763, right? 1762. So as long as the market stays above 1762, it did run below earlier, but once it goes below, then you can look for more selling. But if it actually touches it, like what we're seeing right now, and then hang around it, and after that, if it cross above 1771, it will be a very strong buy. I repeat, if the market can hit the 1762 people level, stop there, Then later on, if you can cross back above 1771, I strongly believe that it will be going up again to 1787 minimally. All right, that is how I see this. Okay, for gold. Okay, all clear? Yeah, pretty clear, right? Okay, so I write out for you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate your comment. Gold, FIBO 1762 support, and this MLP 1771 and MA30 is 1787. Okay, so these are the three numbers to watch out for gold. Take a look. Current price now is 1763, so it's marginally bouncing around at the FIBO 50% mark. So if it actually stays around there and recover, 1771 will be triggered first. Okay, and this is what we can tell you based on our conventional chart. Now, talking about the weekly chart for gold, we can see that it has tried to cross the technical point I told you at 1770, but it failed, and so it come back down again, and now it's hovering at the 50% mark. This is the weekly chart itself. Okay, the weekly chart. Okay, more update as we go along. So let's look at gold today now. Now, gold is pretty bad. Why? You look at it. Now, gold today, based on the rule, the opening price is actually below pivot 2. Below pivot 2, below OP is a sell, right? And some more the KSI is red. Oh no. Blue bar extended. Oh no. So below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR is a sell confirmed for gold. But even though fundamentally you're telling me that, but as a technical point of view now, it's a sell. So how low can it go? It may go down to 1752 because that is a KCB level there. So 1752 is a KCB level. 1728 is a KCB / chocolate bar because it's fresh. So it's chocolate bar. So the downside could be either here or here. Upside wise itself, right? It has to cross above MLP first. Then after that, it has to challenge this point at 1778.09 roller. You have to really challenge it. If not, it's all right. The market will likely be more towards the downside for gold today. Okay. All right. Pretty clear. Yeah. So you look at the 15-minute chart, right? You can see that gold this morning, once it opens, it went below OP, right? So once you go below OP, you don't need to ask already because below OP, below P2, CCYR, you don't need to wait for trigger, you can sell. And if you sold down, you hit KTR -1, buy back your position, and day is ended. See, our system is that so simple. You just have to follow the rules. What did you do? Just follow through, make money, and get out. That's all. You don't need to think extra thing. You don't need to check whether the gold demand supply zone or demand supply news. You don't need to look at a lot of things. You just have to follow exactly what you're supposed to do, and your job is done for the day. Kind of cool, right? Don't you think so? Okay, so we have gold. Let's look at the silver chart now. Silver, I told you you can accumulate silver. I did do some buying on silver yesterday. So silver did went up $23, but after that, when gold came down, it pulls back a lot. But overall, I think it's bottoming out somewhere around here already. So for those who haven't bought the silver yet, up to you. But basically, my friends and I, we bought some silver just to keep, and let's see whether can we double our profit by 6 months to 9 months time. Okay, all right. So pretty outright telling you, right, about silver. All right, but silver itself, right, if it pulls down again, $22.50, $22, all this level there, will be my own buy level. Okay, all right. So that is the silver. All right, let's look at the crude oil price today. Crude oil. Now, crude oil, very nice. I don't know how many buy crude oil. Anybody bought crude oil yesterday? Sorry. How many of you bought crude oil yesterday? Have you bought? If you bought crude oil, can you key bought crude? All right, if you bought crude, please key that. Okay, I want to see how many of you all bought crude itself. Now, yesterday, yeah, we still have also a crude position in our portfolio because crude, as I mentioned to you, right, is kind of positive, and we believe that crude oil should be able to go higher. Very clear, and my target is still the same. Nothing going to change. All right, we saw the market come down to MA and then rebound, right? Beautiful. So if it does that, that means that it's going to go for this. This level, what price is that? I told you is $73.43. That means that 7343. Okay, very nice number. So I believe that crude oil will be able to hit 73.43. Okay, I believe that crude oil should be able to hit that. And with the stocks now, some of them are going up, right? It confirms my expectation on this. Okay. All right, 73.43 level. All right, stay tuned on that. All right, last one to look at the crude oil chart, because I'm sharing the chart right now. Now, crude oil day chart. Let's take a look at the day chart. The crude oil chart is beautiful. It's above. It's between two pivots, and then KSI is green. So as long as above KHRL, yeah, indeed, very good chance at least 73.02 will be traded, because that is the nearest pivot 1 level, and I strongly believe that it will happen today. All right, I believe that today this crude oil should be able to touch 73.02 at least. Okay, all right. So traders who want to buy crude oil, you can consider to that. Okay, but play with risk management. Okay. Okay, good job, guys. That is the crude oil. Last two chart with the Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. Now, I told you Bitcoin will come down to 39,000 yesterday, and beautifully, Bitcoin really came down to 39,000. It was a touch and a go. So if you buy 39,000, now you're up by $4,000 already. Congratulations to those who've done it. I myself also bought some. Okay, when it came down to 40,000. All right, so the thing is this, the KCX already is blinking. I'm just waiting for the day the CCRY comes in and we can officially enter the long later self. Okay, all right, so traders, do note today the Bitcoin is trading above OP and above pivot 1. So unless it goes below OP, if not, right, this Bitcoin is going to go higher. Okay, all right, TP as yours. Okay, thanks. All right, so that is Bitcoin. Now, I also talked about Ethereum yesterday, Ethereum, all right? Ethereum, remember? Okay. Now, Ethereum, I told you, if Ethereum come down to about 2650, it could be a buy. I told you yesterday, right? Because we have this figure there. We have this 2700 here. So yesterday, when Ethereum come down to 2700, it hits there and then rebounded. And that's why we call for buy, because we told you that the KCX is also turning green. So now it's at 3,000 level, so it's up by $300 or 10%. It's a very good buy, right? So all I can say is that if the head is stabilized, okay, we can go for further upside. My target is still 3,300 near term. But of course, if you think that a bit dangerous, you want to wait for a pullback, do not, okay, as long as it stays above OP, it's fine. But if the market do go below OP, it may pull back to the uncertainty zone. You may lose money because of that. Okay? All right, so that is Ethereum for you at this moment right now. Okay, guys, so I've covered all the technical aspect, and I'm glad I covered it within 10 a.m. That's pretty cool. So all I can say is, guys, remember today, at the moment right now, for us, we are more towards the long side. Hang Seng this morning, where you can see is going up, as I told you. China A50 went up. It was down initially, went up, and beautifully, it touches my MA30 at 15,129 and stopped there. As if that they recognize this. This is the power of having the MAs with you and use it correctly. That is the most important thing. If you use it wrongly, no matter what I tell you, also pointless, correct? And also, I tell you about the Dow Jones today. I'm quite confident that today Dow Jones should be able to give us the profit level at KTR +1. Of course, KTR +2 can be higher, and that's 34,522. I don't know whether it can go there or not. So I'm going to play safe over here. Unless that's later on, maybe it drags around there and triggers something, and then maybe I will buy it. Maybe, Okay, well, that will be all for today. All right. I finished all my stuff. I am happy that today you enjoyed this session. All right, so that will be all for today, and I will see you live on the Telegram group. Okay, this is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.